Stop trading your time for an hourly wage. Seriously, stop it. If you want to actually build wealth in today's economy, you have to disconnect your income from the clock on the wall. The absolute fastest way to do that and generate an extra $1,000 to $5,000 a month is through knowledge arbitrage. You see, we just went through a massive global shift over the last few years. The way human beings consume education fundamentally broke, and then it rebuilt itself on the internet. You don't need to commute to a university campus anymore. You don't need to sit in a dusty classroom. The barrier to entry for learning has completely evaporated. And so, what does that mean for your bank account? It means your brain is now a monetizable asset. Today, I am going to walk you through the exact step-by-step financial blueprint to package what you already know into a highly profitable digital micro-business. We are talking real numbers, real profit margins, and the exact marketing math you need to hit your first major revenue milestone, all within the next 30 days. But first, let me share a very real, very embarrassing mistake I made when I first tried this. A few years ago, I decided I was going to teach people how to code. Specifically, I wanted to teach Python and Java automation. I thought I was a genius, so what did I do? I locked myself in my room for 3 entire months. I recorded 50 hours of video. I built complex slide decks. I wrote a 100-page PDF workbook. I spent hundreds of dollars on camera gear and lighting. I built the ultimate masterclass. And then I finally launched it to the world. I hit publish, sat back, and waited for the money to roll in. Crickets. Absolute silence. I think I sold exactly 2 copies, and one of them was to my mom. Why did I fail so miserably? Because I committed the ultimate financial sin of digital products. I built a massive product in a complete vacuum without ever testing the market demand. I assumed I knew what people wanted instead of actually asking them. It was a massive waste of time and capital. So, we are not going to let you make that mistake. Let's break down the actual, straightforward financial process to do this right. Step 1. The micro-skill audit. You need to figure out what you know that the market is willing to pay for. And please, do not overthink this. Do not succumb to imposter syndrome. You do not need to be the absolute best in the world at something to teach it. You just need to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the person you are teaching. Think about the software you use every day. Are you amazing at organizing spreadsheets? Do you know how to build custom command prompt scripts to rename bulk files? Do you know how to set up an e-commerce page that actually converts? People will pay a premium to save time. If you can teach someone a micro skill that saves them 5 hours a week, that is a massive financial return on investment for them. Write down 3 things you are good at. Then, narrow it down to the one thing that solves a specific pain point for a specific type of person. Which brings us to step 2, the audience pivot. This is where the marketing math gets really interesting. When you create a product, you usually have an idealized version of your customer in your head. Let's go back to my coding example. When I eventually relaunched a smaller, smarter version of my tech course, I thought my audience would be experienced software engineers looking to optimize their workflow. I spent money targeting them. I was completely wrong. When I actually looked at the data, 60% of my buyers were complete beginners. They were college students, people completely outside the tech industry who just wanted to learn a new skill to get an entry-level job. Only about 10% of my audience was actually who I thought it was going to be. If I hadn't looked at the analytics, if I hadn't pivoted my marketing to speak directly to beginners, I would have burned my entire advertising budget. You have to let the data dictate your direction. Step 3. The minimum viable product, or MVP. Do not spend months recording a massive course. Instead, pre-sell a live cohort. Here is how you do the financial modeling for this. You put up a simple 1-page website. You announce that you are going to teach a live 4-week masterclass on your specific topic. You outline exactly what they will learn each week. And here is the crucial part, you charge for it immediately. Never test demand by asking people if they would buy something for free. Everyone says yes to free. The only true metric of market demand is a credit card transaction. Even if you only charge $10 or $20 for the beta version, that financial friction proves that people actually value what you are offering. If nobody buys it, great, you just saved yourself 3 months of wasted effort. You refund the 0 people who bought it, and you pivot to a new idea. But if 10 people buy it, You now have a validated business model. You teach the class live on Zoom or Google Meet. You record those live sessions. You answer their questions in real time. By the end of the month, you have a fully recorded course that you know for a fact actually helps people because you built it with them. Now let's get into step 4, the financial math and pricing psychology. How do we actually scale this to a sustainable, predictable income stream? Let's break down the exact unit economics of a high-margin micro-business. Let's say you decide to price your recorded course at $49. That is a very standard, low-friction impulse buy in the digital education space. To make roughly $1,000 a month, you need to sell about 20 units. That is less than one sale a day. But how do we get those sales predictably? This is where understanding customer acquisition cost, or CAC, becomes the most important metric in your life. If you just rely on organic traffic, posting on social media and hoping people click your link, your revenue will be unpredictable. One month you might make $200, the next month you might make $0. To build a real financial machine, you need a predictable acquisition engine. That means paid advertising. A lot of people are terrified of paid ads because they view it as an expense, but in the digital product world, paid ads are an investment with a measurable return on ad spend, or ROAS. Let's do the math. Let's say you run a highly targeted ad on social media. You spend $5 a day on ads. That is $150 a month. If your ad funnel is optimized, and you are converting traffic at a standard 2% conversion rate, you might spend $15 to acquire one customer. So your CAC is $15. If your course costs $49, and it costs you $15 to get a customer, your gross profit margin on that transaction is $34. You put $15 into the machine, and the machine spits out $49. Once you figure out that formula, you have essentially printed your own money. If you want to scale to $5,000 a month, you don't need to work harder, you just need to increase your ad budget while maintaining that same conversion ratio. You increase your daily spend to $20, $30, $50 a day. As long as your customer acquisition cost remains lower than your product price, you are generating infinite leverage. And the best part about digital products, there is zero cost of goods sold. There is no shipping, there is no inventory, there is no manufacturing. If you sell one copy, or 1,000 copies, your overhead remains exactly the same. It is a nearly 100% profit margin business once the initial asset is created. Step 5. Building the funnel. So, how do you actually get people to click that ad and buy? You need a straightforward sales funnel. You do not need a massive, confusing website. You need one single landing page. The top of the page needs a compelling headline that speaks directly to the desired outcome, not the process, the outcome. People do not buy a drill because they want a drill. They buy a drill because they want a hole in the wall. Do not sell the features of your course. Do not say, this course has 10 video modules and a PDF. Nobody cares. Sell the transformation. Say, learn how to build custom automation scripts so you can leave work an hour early every single day. Below the headline, you need social proof. When you ran that live beta cohort we talked about earlier, you should have collected testimonials from your students. Put screenshots of their success right on the page. And finally, you need a clear, direct call to action with a secure checkout processor like Stripe or PayPal. Make it frictionless. Now let's talk about the long-term wealth strategy here. Selling a $49 course is a great way to generate initial cash flow, but if you really want to build serious wealth, you have to understand the concept of lifetime value, or LTV. The hardest part of business is getting a stranger to hand you their credit card for the very first time. Trust is incredibly expensive to build. But once someone buys from you and they actually get value from what you taught them, they now trust you. They are no longer a cold lid, they are a warm customer. If you want to scale your revenue exponentially, you introduce a back-end offer. Maybe your $49 course teaches them the basics of coding. 3 months later, you launch a premium, advanced masterclass for $499. Or you launch an exclusive private community that costs $29 a month to access your personal coaching. You send an email to the people who already bought your first course. You don't have to spend any money on ads to reach them, because you already own the distribution channel. You own the email list. If just 10% of your past customers upgrade to your premium offer, your revenue skyrockets without spending a single extra dime on marketing. This is how multi-million-dollar digital empires are built. They are not built on the front-end sale. They are built on the back-end lifetime value of the customer. And this leads me to a very important question for you. I want you to think really hard about your own life, your own career, your own hobbies. What is one highly specific thing that you know how to do better than the average person? Drop a comment below right now. Seriously, pause the video and type it out. What is your micro skill? Is it budgeting? Is it fixing car engines? Is it growing a YouTube channel? I want to see what kind of hidden assets you all are sitting on. And while you're down there in the comments, let me know if you've ever fallen into the trap of over-preparing like I did with my first course. Have you ever spent months building something in secret, only to realize nobody actually wanted it? Share your story. It helps everyone learn. All right, let's pull this all together. The economy is changing faster than ever before. Traditional paths to wealth are becoming more crowded and less reliable. But the creator economy, the knowledge economy, is still in its absolute infancy. You have a supercomputer in your pocket. You have access to a global market of 8 billion people. You have zero barrier to entry. You do not need permission from a boss. You do not need a degree from a university. You just need to package your existing knowledge into a digital asset, put it in front of the right people, and let the math do the heavy lifting. If you commit to this process, if you do the micro-skill audit, if you run a small beta cohort, if you master the basics of customer acquisition cost, you can completely rewrite your financial reality within the next few months. So, what are you waiting for? Stop consuming content and start creating assets. The market is waiting for what you have to teach. Go out there and build it.